Alright, so we're just gonna, I got my romping tractor. You see me get busted by the cops last night going through Hortons. So we're gonna go for a romp. I had some people asking me sort of to get an idea of how I built this lawn chair. So I'll sort of give you a little sort of view on all the sort of goodies here. But it started out just like this one. All I had on it was one of these clutches, but that's what Mike's doing right now. Got to change this clutch because they burn out. The spring, yeah, the spring goes around inside all these shoes. So the little shoes heat up so bad that it just makes the spring go beet red, and then the spring just goes all slack, and then when you're idling it's wanting to take off on you. Like if you just start it up, the thing will just fire down the road on you. But what I did with this was I rigged up a throttle. I just got a little sort of return spring here, and you know, so this spring's obviously weaker, but it's just to keep the slack out of this guy here, keep the pedal where it goes. And then, you know, obviously just the cable just goes up to the throttle and on the engine there, but put a little idler pulley in there, and that's the key right there. Without that, the belt flops off the guy and it's just no good, right? So I rigged up all that crap yesterday. So we got throttle there, and then just your standard old everyday clutch, and then when you push it all the way down, it's the brake. But you can see on this side, when you push it down, it bangs into this pulley. Like the two idler pulleys touch, but you can see the kink in the belt there. That stops the belt, so you can shift gears on the fly, or you know. But anyway, I'll get back to this. I put the smallest one I could sort of fit on there, the rear sprocket, because like I said, this had one of those stupid clutches on it before. We tried to rig one of these up on the other one. There's just no room. But yeah, a little jack shaft. I'd like to replace the sprocket that's deep right in there, because it's number 35 chain, and I like, what is that, 40 or 41 or some junk. But anyway, you see how baggy this gets, because there's, you know, the chain stretches, eh? Like I got this little kickstand in there, because what was happening before is the clutch guy was just twisting on the, you know, you punch it and it's just twisting on the engine a little bit. So I put a little kickstand on there, and yeah, so basically that's it. You just bolt your engines. I drilled a little hole there in the plate for draining the oil. Like I made this frame, like this is an old just a wire shelf. I just cut it out, friggin' fit on there perfect. You know, I mean, it's a little bit cobbled. I mean, I built this thing quite a few years ago. The plan was to just throw this front end on it, just temporary to get it going, and then I'd worry about, you know, doing something better after. I don't know if I can see it, but what I'm going to do is cut the front end off this go-kart. The only thing is I have to, yeah, there's the go-kart right there, this frame. The engine would sort of go right there and stuff, but it's pretty much pooch, but the front end's still good. It's got some gas and brake pedals and blah blah, but again, I need to section it out, take a few, like I think it's 31 inches or something, and I need it, you know, whatever, I can't remember, but it's way wider than it needs to be. So the only ones they had at Princess Auto were these 35 tooth friggin' guys, but we're running 41. Yeah, they don't even carry them anymore because they're so junk, so you can't even friggin' replace them. But look at all the friggin' clutches we got. I'll turn the light on here. There's like a whole friggin' pile of them right there. Like we just go through them. You know, I mean, as soon as you start the engine, the spring's pooched. You know what I mean? So it's wanting to take off on you, and then your engine's going ga 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 ga. You know, it's ridiculous. What'd you find, buddy? Oh. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so this romping tractor is pretty friggin' sweet. I wasn't sure if it would be cool with the throttle set up, but it's just like driving like a standard car almost, you know. You gotta, if you just bang her into gear at idle, it'll friggin' stall out on you, so you gotta like feather the gas and the clutch at the same time. It's pretty sweet. But I got this double pulley, so I'm gonna try to find like an alternator or something that I can just hook directly to a light, so just when the engine's running, the alternator will spin and it'll power a light. I'm going to put the light right down in there, just shining through the grill there, so you know, it'll, when I bash into stuff and that, it doesn't smash my light, and it sort of hides it, you know, from looking like a friggin' big cobbled up mess on there or whatever. But yeah, so I mean, basically this one here, all it is an old lawn tractor. But it had one of those big round holes sort of here, so I used my plasma cutter and cut that off there. And the brake on this one, I had to make the disc because it needed to mount with 4 little tabs. I don't know how good you can see that, but there's 4 little tabs welded onto that disc. So you know, you just this bracket comes with the brake caliper, so just weld a guy, and there you go. I made a little sort of subframe, because if I put it on top, the engine on top, you sort of bang into the chair and stuff, and these little guys, you just pull the pin and you can tip the chair forward. This one has the same thing, so you can put gas in the engine, right? You just pull the pins and flip her forward for fueling up and whatnot, and working on the engine and different things. And see, this one just has your everyday band brake. I just sort of cobbled up a nut and bolt sort of mess in there, but it works good, so that's all that matters really. But wheelie bar, definitely a need on this one. That one, you can do wheelies, but not like this one. This one, you can't help but do wheelies. But when, you know, the other thing I like about this front end though is how floppy it is, because you know, you've seen me wipe out quite a few times, and with a solid front end I'd probably been hurt a lot worse a lot more times. But you know, this sort of just folds out of the way and you can just do your somersault there and be done with it, right? But you know, bend her back and away you go, you know. But like this mics and stuff, it's a solid friggin' front end. And she don't have much give, but that's Mike's balls, not mine, so I'm not really all that interested in it. So I mean, you know, whatever. Fuck, we can put a dirty old hinge on it, like right down there. Have like a anti Mike's balls getting rammed up his throat type of a guy. Yeah, we better bring that in case we have a breakdown, you know. But yeah, so
had that for before the old bungee cord. Remember that?
Yeah. Friggin' got to do some part swapping from that wheel horse. Put the blade on that wheel horse and put it out the road for sale, and take the snow blower and put it on that wheel horse. And that's going to be my, you know, it's pretty much done. I mean, just kind of gotta put a couple more nuts and bolts in, and oh, the electric ram that it has, the switch is buggered, but it's like one of those, where is it? It's like one like this, where you click it one way and it clicks back automatically. But this is for a snow plow. It's a different setup, so this isn't going to work. But that's what I need, is just a switch that'll click back to itself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the update there. Everything else is pretty much the same. Oh yeah, working on this Cub Cadet guy. Just got to make a couple brackets. Can you grab the light, Mike?
Yeah.
I found this, so I'm going to make another one like that, and probably just weld it onto there, and then nut and bolt it to there. Just make life easier, because this piece is just as wide as the frame, so there's obviously something missing here that I don't have. So, but other than that, just clean it up a little in the pivot point there, so you know, you can just pull this pin out and friggin' tilt her one way or the other freely. And so then I can have this one for plowing, This one for snow blowing. And Mike and the old lady for shoveling. It'll be awesome. Can't wait for snow.